Regardless of what happens or how it goes down in the end, the narcissist will find a new source of supply and begin a new relationship. It's really common that people will compare themselves to this new person in the narcissist's life. What's so special about them? Are they perfect since we were told so clearly that we couldn't cut it? Is this the person who can? Initially, the new supply thinks that they've won the lottery when they meet the narcissist, as they are in full love bombing mode. And the new supply doesn't realize in this moment that the shiny, brand new little relationship is already doomed. In this video, I will reveal why the relationship almost instantly fails and why the new supply is doomed to becoming just another statistic. The narcissistic cycle doesn't change. They love bomb, they devalue, they discard, and they hoover. The relationship begins to fail with the new supply right away, even though the new supply is being love bombed. Love bombing builds up an incredibly false narrative that starts off the relationship on a very shaky ground with very few truths holding it together. The new supply is built up while you're smeared and dragged through the mud, and this gives the new supply a very negative, very bad opinion of you. One, this makes the new supply feel special, and two, if you try to warn them about the narcissist, well, now they have this bad idea of you, so they think that you are crazy, petty, scorned, and jealous, and that you only want to hurt them, so they don't believe you. The new supply also gets boosted, and this causes their ego to, of course, soar. And everybody likes to have their ego boosted, even the new supply. The narcissist will tell them things like they've never felt like this before, or they've never met somebody so great as this new person. And this new person is going to be so much better to the narcissist than you ever were. All kinds of future faking nonsense. And all this, of course, is tricking the new supply and just kind of leading them to the slaughter. When you have a relationship that is based on lies, it unravels so quickly. Love bombing, idealization, infatuation, and everything else is building this person up. But the more the new supply is built up, unfortunately, the farther they have to fall once devaluing hits. And trust me, devaluing always hits. It might be hard to watch the new supply get love bombed. It might make you jealous or sad or curious as to why somebody else is getting the treatment that you weren't getting. It doesn't last forever. It's tailored. Love bombing is tailored to, in fact, not last a very long time. That's why it's so heavy hitting. That's why it has to come on so fast and furious. Love bombing is designed to hook a person in sometimes a matter of weeks and hook them so badly that they will stay around for years. This is all about the narcissist. Never forget that. They don't want to love bomb a source forever because that's like work and stuff. So they're not interested in that. They need to hurry up, hook the newbie, and then give them the old bait and switch. And this is the first step towards failure. The new supply is in a paper-thin relationship built on lies, false narratives, and they're with somebody who is a complete stranger. And that's another important piece to this puzzle. What we get told about the narcissist is like half true at best. Looking back, we more than likely didn't know who we were in a relationship with at all because the narcissist is a notorious chameleon. They act like who they need to act like in front of who they need to do that in front of because everyone needs to buy a different story. So who is the narcissist really? Well, we may never know. The new supply is doomed from the day they meet the narcissist because of how sinister love bombing is, but it's just so damn euphoric, even if it might feel like too much or like this person is coming on too strongly. Most supply does not walk away despite love bombing, maybe even feeling uncomfortable. Honestly, if love bombing didn't work like 98% of the time, narcissists wouldn't do it. Devaluing begins to happen, and the dynamic of the relationship begins to turn when a few different conditions are met. Firstly, a narc is only going to love bomb for so long. Again, They don't want to fuss over this forever. They act as perfect as possible as long as they can, but it's very draining for them. Love bombing can be exhausting for a narc. Secondly, they're of course very selfish, so they're only going to be so kind and giving and appear empathetic for so long. They can only hide it for a certain amount of time. Devaluing can also begin when the narcissist feels bored and they want to shake things up a little bit. We all know how much these people love the drama. So when the mushy stuff doesn't really cut it for them anymore, they will begin to devalue you. That's how they will get their kicks and their excitement. Dealing with the aftermath of a toxic relationship can feel like you are stuck in a maze. I specialize in guiding folks through the messiness of narcissistic personality disorder. My counseling and coaching is different from others. It happens over the phone so that you can relax in your own space and chat with me just like two friends. The stiff office vibes and the little robotic roadmaps are not going to be found. Every session is about you, what you need, and when you need it. There's no cookie cutter, sugar-coated advice, just real personalized support directly from a survivor who has done the work, so I know what works. If you're ready to start feeling lighter and more in control of the situation, click the link that's right at the top of the screen for you now. You can also send a text or an email. That information's on the screen and down in the description, and you can get started today. Another very common way that devaluing can begin is when the narcissist discovers that the new supply is not perfect. And this right here is really the crux of why the new supply is doomed. Because plain and very simple, narcissists want perfection. So you might ask, well, Jess, what the hell is the perfect source of supply? What qualities does the perfect supply have? And honestly, that's impossible to answer. The perfect source doesn't exist. And I'll tell you why. Eventually, even the most agreeable person will say no to something that they don't want to do, no to something they don't want to give, no to something that makes them uncomfortable, or they will not do what the narcissist wants. Even the most calm and mellow individuals will reach a breaking point and lash out. They might yell or scream, or they might even revert to silence and not talk to the narcissist. A task will not be performed or carried out the way the narcissist wanted this person to. New supply is just like you. They're human. Humans are flawed, riddled with imperfections, quirks, and idiosyncrasies. And in this moment, right here, the new supply fails the narcissist. The new supply fails and dooms the relationship because they are human. Because perfection doesn't exist. What the narcissist is ultimately seeking doesn't exist. And here's the thing, even if they never say no and they're a super great source, the narcissist will get bored of them and replace them anyway, because these people get bored exceptionally fast. So either way you slice it, everybody in the end is doomed to failure. This is why the narcissist begins to look for new supply or discards and then looks around. They come to the conclusion, like they do with all of us, frankly, that the new supply is useless. Once you cross a narcissist, and you can do that many different ways without even realizing or wanting to, but once you do, your goose is cooked. That's it. Crossing the narcissist can be as small as maybe going somewhere without telling them, or just not giving in to their laundry list of demands. Trust me, everybody ends up on the shit list after a while, and there's just no stopping that. This is the way it has to be. What would a narcissist do, survivor, if they were actually happy and they couldn't play the sad little victim? What would they do if they had a decent partner who was maybe even a little too good for them and outshined them? Yeah, no one's going to be stealing the limelight from these drama queens, I can tell you that. And it doesn't matter how trauma bonded or addicted a supply source can be to the narcissist. All that might tell you is how long the person might stay in the relationship and deal with and put up with the toxic narcissist. But in the end, new supply can totally work out. If the new supply gives over control, is okay with repeated infidelity, lies, deceit, and having a partner that they can never feel close to or supported by or safe with, then I guess it's totally a success. If the new supply accepts the narcissist and all the bullshit that goes with it, then I guess that works. But to me, I'm sorry, that's somebody who is definitely doomed. Reflecting back on my own situation, it was doomed before it began. I was never going to be good enough. I was never going to be what this person was looking for. I thought I knew this person so well, and in the end, I didn't know them. But I also didn't know myself. And when you don't know anybody, the whole thing is doomed. Do you have any stories regarding the new supply? Have you seen new supply in the revolving door of relationships? Did the narcissist marry the new supply, but they're still doomed? Share all of that with me down in the comments. Thanks so much for listening. Please subscribe if you haven't. It's free and it helps me reach as many survivors as I can across this platform and across the globe. Have a great day, survivor, and take care of yourself.